you look at what we want to do as an athletics department, is preparing young men and women to go out and be citizens, to be productive, to make our communities better. It's not just about playing sport. It's about how playing sport will translate into you having a better life once you leave the university. And so this morning, I think, is an indication that all of us, collectively as a department and as a university, are doing something right, because our student athletes are able to look outside themselves, look outside of what they do every day, the challenges that they have, the time that they spend playing a sport, and understand that they have a role, they have a platform, they have a responsibility to do things to make life better for others, for those who don't have the same voice and the same opportunity. And so for me, with our ultimate responsibility being to make them better people, better able to go out and face the world and make the world better, this is so much bigger than the sports that we have the opportunity to play. And so for me, I'm just incredibly proud of them for the work that they did to bring this together, and the work that I know that they're going to do going forward after this to sustain this energy to make our community better. I think the crowd really exceeded my expectations. I expected there to be a good turnout, but just coming and seeing all the people from all the different groups, all the different sports, seeing head coaches and assistant coaches, seeing our president and deans and faculty members and just different people represented, it was awesome to see everybody come together, and it really just blew me away. I think our next step individually for all of us is just to make sure that when we have opportunities to speak up and use our voice, when we have an opportunity to speak up on behalf of other people, when we have an opportunity to truly be an ally, that we capitalize on those opportunities. I think it's one thing to talk about it, it's a whole nother thing that when there's a situation where a friend of yours or a colleague or someone said something or does something that you know is offensive to other people, you have to meet that moment and take the responsibility of trying to make your voice heard and having them understand that that's not an acceptable thing. I think the only way that things change is if people know that there's no place that they can go and spew hatred or do things that marginalize other people, that there's no corner that they can go to, no place that they can sneak into and pull someone to the side and say something hateful or something that's discriminatory. They have to understand that when that happens, they are going to be met with a rebuke. They're going to be met with someone who tells them that that's not okay, that they're not going to stand for that they're wrong, and that they need to change their mindset. So individually, I think we all have to accept that responsibility. And then as a group, as a department, as a community, I think we have to continue to educate ourselves. We have to continue to empathize. I think we have to continue to listen. I know as a department we're doing a number of things, whether it's the 21-day challenge or the diversity book read or other things that we're doing to try to make sure that people can view things differently and understand what's in front of them and understand the opportunities and understand our history and understand how people have been treated. But that's only as good as what we are willing to do with that information, what comes next, and continue to put things in place from a hiring standpoint, diversifying our campus, our athletics department, diversifying the opportunities in leadership, and trying to make sure that our department reflects the diversity of the community, reflects the diversity of the United States, that we continue to be more diverse and inclusive, and that we continue to work to make sure that our department is a place where everyone feels welcome, everyone feels like they have an opportunity, and everyone feels like they can thrive in our environment. And I hope today speaks to the idea that our student athletes understand that they have a voice, and that if they want to have an event, they can organize an event. We will support them 100% and help them do whatever it is that they want to do. So hopefully this event establishes momentum so that we can have more events like this or different types of event with the same focus. I think our student athletes are seeing that they have power. They have the power to kind of dictate what's going to happen in their lives, and to a certain extent, what even happens within our department. If they're willing to step up, use their voice, if they're willing to educate themselves, if they're willing to step out of their comfort zone, and if there's something that's important to them, hopefully this gets them to understand that we're always going to stand behind them and help them accomplish their goals. And I think they're getting that more and more each day, and we want to make sure that that continues as we go forward.